Last but not the least, it's my pleasure to welcome our third panelist, Mr. Paresh Kulkarni. He is presently State Training Lead at Reliance Jio, a very apt and personality over here in the discussion. He had completed his PG in Communication Networks. He has trained over 14,000 professionals on 4G and 5G deployment in classrooms, warehouses. He had delivered sessions to warehouse teams across Maharashtra on material management. He is best performance training lead in the West Zone. He is recognized for successful mentoring and coaching in difficult terrain of the country. He had built strong learning culture at the warehouses. He had also helped organizations to retain field engineers through various trainings. I would like to request Dr. Mantri, who is Secretary of IETE, to welcome Paresh Kulkarni sir and felicitate him with a memento and sapling. Thank you. Hand it over to
because of some personal and health issue, Pankaj Kulkarni sir is not attending today's function. We now move to a panel discussion that promises engaging insights and diverse viewpoints on today's theme. The discussion will be moderated by Dr. Somani sir. Please sir.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. So good evening, one and all. I think I am given a very important what I say responsibility, because whatever sir has said about these three stars today, right? Two are from academia and research, and one is from exactly the deployment of that whatever we are doing in the research as well as in academics. So these are the three panelists we have, and I'll be starting with some questions, right? And that will be passed on to others. And finally, I will be giving opportunity to all viewers also, right? Those who can ask question at the end, right? At the end. So, no, on high tea it is on high tea, but if time permits, I will take that also. I think Khurjekar sir has told the theme of this particular World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. What I had read is gender equality. So gender equality ensures that everyone, regardless of gender, has equal rights, opportunities and responsibilities in all spheres of life, promoting a more just and prosperous. It is a fundamental human right and a critical foundation of a sustainable development, benefiting individuals and societies. Gender equality, and whatever the theme is there, gender equality in digital transformation. But there are two words which has been removed, the first and last one which has been given, but the final is this. So why gender equality in digital transformation matters? This is very important, right? Why gender equality in digital transformation matters? Because the statistics has been shown by given by ITU, 9 million more than online than women's worldwide. So these are the data points are there. These gaps we can have, we can change. Lot of things are there, but now I think we'll directly come to the questions now. So it is the perspective of our panelist. So this first question I will take from now left to right. So like whatever the introduction given, accordingly I will ask Dr. Bhirud sir. he is now heading the university, right? So, what role can universities play in promoting gender equality in STEM and digital innovation fields?
Okay. In STEM, you see the spectrum, how the gender equity or inequity has been, addressed with the kind of, the reservations for 30% reservations for girls candidates for engineering admissions or admission in general in the professional engineering and medical and other professions. With that, I think a lot of inequity is addressed, but if you see program like computer science, probably there are more girls than boys in circuit branches. But if you take a non-circuit branches like civil and mechanical and to be very specific, coming to COEP is metrology or production or manufacturing, then the percentage is still less. Even in postgraduate programs nowadays, the 30% reservation, what is their minimum and assured for girl students, female in that case, male and female, is still not occupied. What I mean is, we are failing somewhere to attract the girls to the STEM, branches which are even which are not called as white collar branches. Sorry to say, but then where the job options and opportunities are good, they are preferring, but the other branches really it matters. For that purpose, maybe at university level or government level, we have equal policies for admissions or equal policies for the students, maybe a fees. Then can we have a dynamic fees for, though we have a full no fees for girls, but then can we add an incentive if the girl is taking admission to mechanical engineering or civil engineering? For that purpose, if the 30%, even the 30% seats are not filling, so I think something is required to ensure that whatever minimum is there, I don't mind girls taking more than 30% seats, but whatever minimum is there, that is not achieved. So that's really a concern, and for that purpose we need to have certain policies for and then conduct the programs for girls to choose those STEM based programs where the girls population is really lacking. So some policy measures are required at university and government level.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I move to PK Sinha, sir, because he's in computing, high performance computing and all, and related to this gender. So, sir, what are some examples, successful examples of gender responsive innovations that have emerged from your research programs?
Okay, actually, if you see innovations, okay, it is nothing to do with gender, okay, because I have in my professional career found that females are equally actually innovative, okay, as compared to males. It's only the opportunities, as Bhirud mentioned, okay, are they getting the right opportunity, because they are equally capable of innovating as far as males are concerned, and in many fields you will find that females are actually certainly doing better, okay. Even in many academic areas we find that academic performance, okay, at times has always we have seen that females are performing equally good or better at times, okay. And the innovations basically, as Bhirud sir mentioned, will happen when actually the female population, okay, completes a certain level of education and moves to higher education. It is not common education, it is HEI, that is higher education institutes and higher education areas, they have to move. And certainly since females are actually taking more interest in computer science, electronics and areas like that, okay, you will find that there has been more innovation or more publications or more research being carried out in these areas by females. Okay, so certainly IT, computer science and the areas where female population, okay, is better than others, okay, there they have really at times outperformed or equaled males. Okay, even in CDAC we found that in many of the areas, like multilingual area is one of the key areas where CDAC has been doing in addition to HPC. Of course, I was associated and leading the HPC activities, but there is also a domain, multilingual, where CDAC was very prominently working, and we found that females actually are very valuable. They are contributing substantially. Now actually that multilingual research has actually matured, and there is a national level initiative called Bhashini, okay, where 36 Indian languages, okay, are being actually worked on for translation from one language, multilingual and multimodal. Okay, multimodal means you speak and it will write suppose I speak in Hindi and ask the system to write in Tamil text, it will do that. Or if there is a text in, say, Telugu, and the listener wants to listen in English, okay, that type of research is going on. And I have found that there a lot of females have really made a big difference.
Means, I think whatever you have said and Bhirud sir said, means as per the potential of the women, they are good, calibrated in that particular area. Nothing means not to force them in civil, mechanical, STEM, like, right? Because
no, they are very good in certain areas like user interface design. Okay, females are very good in understanding, okay, how comfortable the users will feel when the design is like this. Okay, so UI design is another area where females are very good at, and we have found that in these areas actually companies must involve in their strategic groups females. Okay, because if they actually design products, okay, where females have not been taken into consideration or not part of the design group, many times that is one of the reasons why actually maybe females are not using that product. Okay, because their inputs have not been taken, so the product actually is defective as far as the gender equality is required. Okay, the product does not encourage females to use that. That is so.
Yes. I
When
think
we talk of gender equality, there are too many things to look into why there is inequality.
yeah.
Okay,
I
and
think-
one of the things.
Yes, I think.
I have a lot of things to share.
Yeah. We'll come to it, right? I think related to the product and this one, now we'll come to the Paresh Kulkarni sir, who is actually making the product, who are deploying the product, and means one of the telecom product, right? Telecom product. So, what challenges does your industry face in achieving gender diversity within these digital teams? In tech and
Yeah.
Reliance is in one case, but
Right. Not much challenges at present, but yeah, on field operations, yes, there is not equality. I mean, as far as our exhaustive field operations are concerned, across various terrains, and even the very sensitive areas we deploy antennas, we deploy E node Vs and G node Vs for 4G and 5G network, part of the architecture. We face the problem what you said. But just know what sir told, and it triggers me that the new girls should learn the Korean literature, because many telecom articles or even telecom bonds in Korea. That's why it's a new profession come up, that our girls can learn this kind of new language, and it can be converted to English, and that will be like a new era for them to have a good profession in the telecom. So, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Now we'll come again to Bhirud sir. So I'll come, means in two iteration I will do the similar one, and then afterwards. What data or metrics should universities collect to monitor progress on gender equality in digital education and research?
So, before I give actual answer to this, even if you consider this, group present here, I was just counting. There are 25 females and 40 males. That shows that it is a poor, circuit, the associations where that 30%, it is more than 30%. Yeah. So, and this matrix here itself shows that, if you count the matrix in the form of, so far as universities or institutions are concerned, we have matrix that one is the number of girls studying in a university versus, their progression. How many of them they complete? Many times they have a lot of issues, and then many not in the right institution but the other institutions, they have to leave the education in between for certain reasons, maybe a family requirement, or maybe their personal, or maybe social, the reasons. They have to leave. They leave their education before they complete that their graduation. So that is one matrix that matters a lot. Of course, how many of the eligible girls come to higher education? That is one. And those who take admission into a professional course or any program in a higher educational institution, how many of them they complete? Then how many of them complete in a minimum time period? All these matrices, along with there are other difficulties what they face. Probably when I say how many of them complete, if it is the question, it is a matter that they are leaving the education because of financial conditions of the family, or any other social responsibility or social obligations. Sometimes they got married, and then that's why they leave the education in between. So but beyond that, if it is financial, or if it is any other than marriage, if they are leaving their education, then that matrix needs to be addressed at appropriate time, and I think that kind of matrix is very much important for any educational institution or the educational fraternity in general.
Correct, sir. Okay. Sinha sir, how can collaborative research between academia, industry and government foster greater gender diversity?
Okay. That's a good question. Actually, I have found that this digital transformation has made a big difference in slightly bridging the gap of gender diversity. Okay, because if you see, okay, the digital equipment, the internet, has made a big difference to women. female. Okay, how do we say that? There are so many things today, online shopping, okay, online, so many things, and female, in addition to looking at their home responsibilities or house responsibilities, they are very easily able to do lot of things, okay, because of that. Okay, like they are cooking something and they find that certain masala is not there, or it's in 10 minutes today things are getting delivered. Okay, that they find very convenient. Teleworking is another big difference that is making to females. Okay, that is, they are able to manage their household affairs and also earn or be associated with companies. Okay, that's a very big difference.
So it is a multitasking.
It's a multitask. Women are very good at multitasking, and this IT or IT developments have enabled them more actually. Their multitasking capacities have actually exponentially increased. Okay, it's not that. Then there are many other examples like this. Okay, because of which their safety and security has increased, which they are always worried about. Now there are a lot of apps because of which wherever they are, they can immediately signal. Okay, I'm in danger.
Panic buttons.
Panic buttons.
In every car now.
Yeah. So teleworking is there, online shopping is there, safety and security is there. Like that, I find that female, then stress buster. Earlier, the females used to have a lot of stress because of isolation, because of many other things. Now because of the mobile and internet, okay, they are able to actually reduce their stress because they are 24 hours connected with their families. Okay, they are able to view the type of things they want to view. They are able to even make videos and put it on the YouTube. So this is a great stress buster for female. Otherwise, a stressed society where females are stressed is a big problem for all of us.
No, I think in real making, women are leader than
Yes,
men.
yes.
Right? So,
I will not. There are a lot of
cooking reels, right? Cooking reels. All recipes you can get handy.
So, but we just now heard that in spite of all this, okay, the females are using, okay, the digital transformed society. They are very happy or better than the previous earlier way they were living. But we just now heard from you and Mandar sir that there is still a gap, okay, between male and female. Now the gap is of two types, okay. Let me bring it out very clearly. One is actually those who are users or beneficiaries of the digital cyber world or the cyberspace. The other is the contributors of the contributors to the digital technology or cyber world. Okay, now there is these two have to be looked differently, okay? Because how to actually take care of the users' equality, that is, same number internet users we are talking. Okay, that is the user base is not equal. Okay, Mandar sir, you did mention about, so that was the user base. There is another one where the STEM thing comes. Okay, science, technology, engineering, management, maths, etc. Okay, that is another gap, and that gap is bigger. That there is a big gap between the contributors of technology. One is user space, one is contributor space. So contributor space, there is a bigger gap. Okay, and to fulfill both, I think it's not the responsibility of academic institution alone or government alone or private. It's a combined responsibility. Okay, so how do we combinedly actually address this? We will first have to look into the problem. Where is the problem? Okay, we are talking of girls are not coming forward, but why they are not coming? Some of the points sir very clearly brought out. It's not only actually, it has to also do with cultural aspects, it has to do with financial aspects, it has to do with rural and urban population. All these are contributing. Okay, you will be surprised to know that in rural population only 20% of girls use the internet, whereas in urban population, in families like us, 95% of the female use mobile phone and internet. So the difference is not in only in number here. The difference is because of the social actually differences. That is.
I think, as you rightly said, we should go to the root cause of this.
No, that is why I'm coming now.
That is an important
we have
thing.
to also find out if this is the root cause, how the nation addresses this root cause. Okay, I will suggest some
Yes, yes.
actual
Yes, sir.
solutions. As a country, we have to do.
Yes, as a country.
Not as, of course, as individuals, but as a country, we have to address this issue.
No,
Okay,
one
because
individual can understand
because
this.
people like us are sitting not here to solve problems.
So
in
there should be
we are
policy
here to
makers.
solve the country's problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I think Paresh sir now.
Shall I extend couple of lines? What sir said? I mean,
Yes, yes, I have.
see, we are moving towards digitalization. In practice, we say virtualization. So we are already moving towards equality. So there is no worry on that, first of all. So nowadays, what we say telecom is AI enabled. It is more towards cloud native, and it is green by design. So it is already moving towards. In 2020, when we faced Corona days and all, there was no traffic jam at all. I mean telecom traffic jam at all, because we could able to work remotely also, and throughout the areas we have never faced any challenges despite all this traffics and all. So we are already moving towards the equality itself. So from a digital era, I am saying this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think digitalization has given, means in other sense, right? Whatever the numbers are there, but number is just a statistical data, right? But as you said that if you are going in virtualization and the things are more, I would ask one question like in your organization, means don't take in one organization. It is an generic question, right? Is there any addressing unconscious bias in hiring, promotions, and project leadership?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's what we are totally, I mean, equal with that, and there is no gender bias, and there is no in terms of having promotions on leadership challenges and all. There is no nothing like what you said.
Yeah, it is based
It is-
upon the
yeah, it is based on the performance, and based on the performance only it goes. All the promotions and everything goes. Yes.
Okay, okay. Now I come reversely, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay. My answer is short.
yes,
and
yes,
sweet.
yes, yes, yes. So you are on deployment rather than
Yeah.
theoretical things, right? But we are at theoretical things, right? But actually we are giving the solutions so that the
Yes.
things will be there, right? So what role does leadership play in fostering an inclusive environment for women in digital roles?
You mean to say what kind of roles women should?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, women are less in having or searching out professions. Say, for example, we have 3GPP body in India, that is TSDSI, but I could see no woman is listed out. In 3GPP also there is no women listed out. In the DOT, no women listed out. So instead of having some conventional professions, there also responsibility is there to search out what are the possibilities, and need to tackling all these possibilities, and they should involve in this kind of all the eras of communications, that what kind of roles are there. They should also learn this. So they should come out of what the routine, routine comfort zone, routine professions, and they should also try that. So opportunities are waiting for them, honestly.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to now reversely as in Sinha says, right? So I'll ask something related to some academic point of view. So some questions. So as you said, something related to the policy, right? One individual cannot do, right? So it should be a nation's responsibility rather than individual's responsibility. But if individual goes, all individuals come together, it's a nation's building, right? How can academia, as well as research, influence the policy changes to support gender equality in digital innovation or digital transformation?
No, academia always has a great role to play because they actually nurture the future generation for any field. Okay, and unless we prepare the manpower, okay, for the future, okay, no field can progress. Like we are recently talking about AI. Okay, we have to actually make a big effort in preparing the workhorse, the people for that domain if we want to lead that domain. Okay, so similarly the digital transformation. Okay, if we actually have to formulate lot of policies. Okay, academic institutes. See, policy cannot be just like that made unless we have the people who will be affected by the policy, and those people are basically the right set are in the academic institutes, like sir told. Okay, so we have to take into consideration, okay, their whichever way questionnaire or this type of forum or okay, their inputs, okay, in formulation of the policy. Like, okay, there are still one of the reasons also for this gender inequality is cyber violence, okay, which is actually making the female keep away from internet many times. Because there are a lot of cyber bullying and other type of thing happening with female users of the, which is called cyber violence. Okay. Now, actually, it's important that still, so India, if it is not happening in India, you can understand that it is not happening in most of the countries.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I think
So, India is still thinking aloud and doing a lot of things in this. Okay. So, lot of policies, okay, which actually have to, which will make a difference, has to be done with the academic institutions taken into consideration. For example, okay, if we are actually looking at the root cause, okay, that the female population in rural areas are not yet part of the main user stream or contributor stream for the digitally transformed world. Okay, we have to see how we involve them. So there has to be policy decision. And some of the policy decisions could be, okay, we actually don't have enough good institutes in rural areas offering STEM programs. Okay, and that one of the policy decisions.
everybody is migrating to the urban area.
No, they are
That
not
is why-
migrating because females are also scared of leaving their home and going to a city, and many of them can't go because they don't have funds. So we have to see all these root causes why actually the population is not equal. Okay, it's not that Pune and Bombay and developed places is fine, but the equal number of population lives in rural areas where we don't have STEM programs. Okay, so they actually end up taking normal courses, okay,
Yes,
which
yes.
are being taught in those academic
Means
institutes.
it is
Then and again NEP tries to address,
Yeah.
and we have to work hard on that. offering courses, STEM programs in local language. Okay, when we go to these rural areas, you can't actually teach in English. Okay, it is very important that we start designing books, we start designing programs, we start designing things in local languages if we want to offer these programs, reasonably good STEM programs, and involve rural population to benefit from that.
It has been started now. It has been
No, I
started.
know that.
Yeah.
COEP has
Yes.
started computer science in Marathi or Hindi, I don't know. Okay, because I was there in PCCOE a few weeks.
So late, we are starting late. So late,
So there are many efforts going on, but this will have to be done in a big way.
big way, right? It,
Big
it should
way.
be impactful. rather
Now,
than
the other
legal.
thing is, the policies, okay? This, just by offering actually education programs will not help. Because there is no, if there is no incentive, why, then they will think, those rural population, why we should do this? Why can't we spend time in other things, fields and all? So it's also important that we have some actually some efforts to enable them, like we have teleworking today. Okay, so create huge teleworking centers in rural areas, so that, but it will be paid. Those who come and use those teleworking centers, maybe they are charged something, but they earn, like they can actually do jobs from there. Okay, so if I create a teleworking center with 1,000 facilities, because digital infrastructure creation and maintenance in rural areas is a big issue. Okay, so instead of creating in every fiber to home or everything to the whole to the end, okay, we can actually in all these rural areas, 10, 15, 20 kilometers difference, we can start creating this type of teleworking centers. Okay, for example, Geo, if they want female on rural areas to be part of their employees, they can create geo-specific, job-specific teleworking centers in these areas. Okay, so this type of national initiatives will have to be started. Okay, same way the colleges with STEM program in local languages, okay, will have to be started. And the other thing that will have to be done is those females who have reached a certain level of success in their life, they will now have to start working as flag bearers and motivators. Okay, there is a lot that has to be done by already female who have achieved a certain, like those sitting here. Okay, there is a stereotype problem in the society. There is a cultural problem. The stereotype is girls should not go for sciences. Okay, that has to be changed by the females.
Yes.
Sitting here by conducting workshop, conducting a lot of other type of initiatives.
So it is something like vocal for local.
Vocal, and we have to create, say, women in digital upliftment.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, groups, like we have professional network groups are sitting here.
Yes.
Now we can't just keep sitting and discussing one evening and going
Yeah.
away. No,
Yeah.
I think these groups should now look into what is the root cause and how do we actually address this. Now groups can start a new initiative of creating WDUs, like WIETE.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, women in digital upliftment.
Yes. Yes.
And those will be largely driven by female. Okay, and these professional societies will conduct such programs not in COEP, okay, in rural areas. Okay?
Yes, yes,
So that
yeah.
we
I think-
motivate, and parents have to be called so that
Yes.
they change the mindset and the stereotype mindset of the parents. That look, girls also can go in this. I have gone through that. I am doing very well. Okay, and here we do have opportunities with these teleworking centers. The moment your girl graduates with such a degree, there is a job in teleworking center which you will offer. So
Yes,
this
yes.
type, no, this is,
Yeah,
I'm
that
really
is
telling.
correct.
There is citizens have to play roles, the companies have to play roles, academics have to play roles, and government. I'm not telling only companies should. Government should create such teleworking centers.
Yes.
Okay?
I think that is means everybody's responsibility.
Everybody's responsibility.
It's not a
Nothing can
corporate
be
social
done.
responsibility. It is
Yeah.
everybody's individuals ISR, individual social
Yes.
responsibility. Right.
Thank you
I
so
think,
much.
yeah,
Sorry,
thank you. Bhirud sir, like I'll take a thread of this. All facilities are there in urban areas more. So is it that whatever it is happening in West, that universities are there in the rural areas? So is there any plan of an COEP to be there in a rural area? It is Ausari is one, but
Of course, yeah, we are not empowered for that purpose. Basically, we are a unitary university, so we cannot affiliate any university, any college to COEP. But we have a campus. We can establish campus. One of the campus is coming at Chikli. But we are, planning to have our own digital, presence, like COEP Digital University in future, where, the digital, so that the students can register and can maybe probably get degrees through a blended mode, and for that purpose, maybe we may have our local centers in the rural colleges where the students can conduct they can take up their practicals. However, the theory part of the coursework can be completed online. So I don't think beyond that we can do, but
yeah, no, that model can work for
Yes.
not COEP. COEP is one of the elite institute. I'm talking about all the institutes. Yeah, COEP should be a torch bearer for this particular
No,
one, so
for
that this model can be replicated
No,
by the
for
others.
that purpose, you should have a authority to conduct that kind of programs. So see,
For that, the support should
Yeah.
be there from.
no, not
Government
support,
support, government
not support. By legally, you should be allowed to do that. So the institutions or universities who are legally allowed to do that can only offer that. Otherwise, that will create another issue. Like we have every day, you must have seen the UGC declares list of unauthorized universities, and as an academician, I always believe that wherever you go and whatever education you take, that has to be authenticated, has to be validated by third party. Like we have accreditation bodies, as they validate, they certify. This is a third party certification. So at least
Yeah,
for that purpose,
yeah.
we should be careful.
Yes. Legality. Yeah. Legality point of view we have to see, and this legality point of view can be done again from higher. Right. Yes. Yeah. That should not be there. That should not be there. It should be in quality. It should be maintained the quality throughout, rather than actually dilution of this. I'll come to Paresh sir now. How can, means again, Geo is doing lot, or industries are doing lot, right? Collaborations, industry collaboration, or public-private partnerships accelerate gender equality in digital sectors.
Okay. So presently collaboration is there with various digital platforms, and I believe that there is no such kind of inequality, as I said earlier. So we are open for all kind of platforms, including academia. So if you have any concerns, if you need any kind of support from Geo, please talk to us, and we will try to get solution out of it. And that is again with your all with the gender equality.
Actually,
With
I'll just interrupt, right?
Ah.
This is everything is there, right? Everybody's doing from their point of view. Everything is good. Gender equality is maintained at every policy, right? But it is not percolated.
That's what I said first point, that it starts from the field operations where we take freshers from colleges, and there where it get restriction that women cannot do that. So as it is in a Naxalite area, sensitive areas in terrains, sometimes in desert we deploy microwave communication, we deploy IP networks in various terrains. So it becomes, that's why it is getting restricted. But as I said, that for as far as we are moving towards virtualization, we are moving towards cloud native, we are moving towards more IP enabled networks. It is open for all. It is, and for women also should take benefit out of it. And Geo is open for all. We are now actually become #1 biggest IP enabled network in the world.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And tum Jio Hajaro Saal. So that is what actually the name Jio itself comes like that, right? Means probably. I'll take a last round, right? And
Okay.
audience.
Audience on Q.
Okay. Yes. Sinha sir now. How can gender sensitive research contribute to more inclusive digital solutions? So is it
Gender sensitive research actually has to happen, and one of my suggestions was that government should fund, if we have to bridge this inequality, the government has to fund this has nothing to do with the digital thing, it has to do with social actually research. Okay? What is the social problem? How do we actually address that problem? So this is not necessarily to do with computer science, IT and XYZ. It has to, it's more in sociology.
yeah, it is in
Psychology.
Yeah, correct.
So certainly government has to fund this type of research. Okay, companies have to fund if they want to find this. Okay, and institutes have to nurture. May not be COEP.
Yeah.
Okay, but there are JNU and many other good BHU and all there. A lot of work is going on this. Okay, so that is where the focus has to be, and I do promote that we have to do a lot of research on this. Okay. So it's not that because this digital transformation is not gender agnostic. Okay, a lot of people also say digital transformation is gender ka kya kare? Okay, gender plays a very major role. Okay.
Yes, correct.
In digital transformation. Okay, if we ignore that, we are going to face a big problem in future. Okay, so certainly a lot of research has to go on,
And it has to be deployed.
yeah, I am not an expert on that. Okay. But I do suggest that the country or the nation as a whole or a community as a whole must actually promote this type of initiative and research.
Maybe last question, Bhirud sir.
Yes.
What future research directions are necessary to better understand and address gender inequality in digital transformation in the institutions?
What future research?
Directions are necessary. One direction
Yeah.
Sinha sir has given.
Yes.
So,
In universities, when we talk about research, because I don't think there is as such any restrictions and any gender bias on doing research. There are many organizations where number of the female researchers are more than the male researchers. But of course, when the question comes that the research funding, how many